Hi everyone, welcome to the making of the feathers with a simple cord string. I got the string on the hardware aisle at Home Depot, and it's a really smooth, I think it's nylon. You can use cotton. Some people prefer just cotton. They don't have just cotton there at Home Depot. Anyway, it's about 14 inches long, and I might cut it as I go if it's too long for this canvas size. Okay, and the paints. This iridescent by Liquitex was blended with the emerald green. It's called emerald green, but it's more like a turquoise. And they're blended here together along with the floetrol. I use floetrol as my pouring medium for all the colors. The only difference is that I didn't use as much water. Then black by Master Stash. All of these acrylics are soft bodies. And orange Master Stash as well. And more blue turquoise by Master Stash. Also the white is Master Stash. And my mixing sheet is this plastic sheet here. What it's ideal is using the lid of a to-go container, a restaurant container for food to go. I want this color to be the dominant color because that's what I have more of, and it's a lovely color, I think. So I am doing my color combination on the sheet, and then I will put the string on top of it and let it saturate with paint. I forgot to mention, I am not using oil. I'm using this metallic color blended in with this light blue turquoise color to hopefully get some cells, and they're blended in that little cup right there. So let's see how many cells I get. Metallics give you cells. My intention is for the left side, the white side, to be the top of the stem of the feather. And I'm using the orange as an accent, just to give it an accent. Now I will saturate the string and the paint. Make sure all of it gets paint. And as I am making sure everything gets paint, I clean my fingers so that I don't blend the colors. I want the colors to remain separate, not too blended. Instead of using a canvas, today I will be using this stretch faux leather, which is, I think it's vinyl. And it really looks like leather. I have some more here that I will stretch on another frame later on. And it's really smooth. It's not as absorbent as a canvas, but the paint will attach. So now I prepare this faux leather with black paint. Remember, the paint does not have silicone, no lubricant, no oil, because that creates holes and it messes up your composition. I am making sure I smooth the whole surface up. No puddles. We don't really want to have a deeper puddle, thicker paint puddle on one side. It has to be evenly distributed. And now is the time for the action. I carefully lay down the string. You can use one string to make one feather, but I found out that by using two, I can have more control over the definition of the stem of the feather. So as best as I can, I follow the other feather, but keeping them separated, and just to try to follow it and keep the natural look of a feather. The next step is to pull, and I lift up the first part. I'm just lifting because I just want a line, but here I start dragging it to one side, in this case my right, your left, and the tip of it, you kind of end it like you begin. You start lifting and dragging and even turn the cord, the string, half a turn. And you will see I added an insert to this video because you guys, on this whole video, you don't really see how I end the tip of the feather. So dragging, pulling to the side, at the end, start slowly lifting. Here's the insert, and this is the ideal. This is what I like using, a lid from a to-go container. And I saturate the string in it. And this is exactly what happens. This is a demo of what I did on this whole video. You see every step. Now I'm ready to drag it. So it's a lift, drag to the side, and then lift again. Lift, and then start dragging right there to the side, and lift. Now I'm gonna continue to create the next feather. How many feathers I'm gonna make? I'm not too sure. I was thinking 3, but I might create more. I'm gonna play it by ear. Okay, so the string here is creating a problem. It's too long and it fell in the paint, and it drips on the painting when the string is too long. So I am going to cut it. For this canvas size, I don't need something this long. And I'll cut the other string as well. Very carefully lay down your string, because string is defining a line right next to the other line that's there already. And we want to be as parallel as possible. So I'm being very, very careful. Clean my fingers before I start pulling, because I don't want to drip on the painting. And give it a minute, about a few 50 seconds, so that the paint gets absorbed by the black paint. And you don't really see that on this video because I'm speeding it up and all that, but it's about a minute, 50 seconds to a minute, to let it be absorbed. All right, just pulling carefully, lifting and dragging at the same time. And the paint, I don't know if you can appreciate it, the paint on my sheet, it's running to one end of it. That's why it is important to have a tray, because that paint is just dripping. Okay, I want one of the feathers, I want the turquoise to dominate. So the green turquoise will be more dominant. And I'm going to add a tiny little bit of white. And also a tiny little bit of orange. So I'm being as careful as possible, and even though I'm trying to be really careful, and this is real speed, by the way. Right here, I messed up a little bit, but I'm not gonna sweat over it because once it dries, I can retouch it and just add black to redefine that center of the feather. Okay, now it's time to pull. Just pulling to the side, and at the end, as I pull, I'm bringing the string up. Now notice how the feather came out a little skinnier, and that's fine because in a composition you need variety of sizes and colors and shapes, a little bit of difference in the shape. You want the same essential basic shape but with variety, and what gives it variety is fat, skinny, short. Well, you get the idea. I cleaned up the sheet because I'm gonna start anew with just white. The final feathers will be just white. This is a practice for, I am planning to do a different video of a dream catcher. And I'm gonna do it all on wet and see what happens as an experiment. So I'm practicing my feathers, and I thought, hey, why not let people watch me while I practice? All right, after 5 feathers, I'm nice and I'm all warmed up. So now I feel adventurous and I want to do slightly different variation at the end. I'm going to turn the cord a little bit, half a turn, and drag to get that fine point, fine end of the feathers. So the normal, dragging to the side, and at the very end, I totally lift it, well, but still touching the canvas, and turn and drag. I think that looks more like a feather. I like it. I am wiping the string every time after I'm done with a pull. I wipe the string and re-dip it. In this case, I don't like what happened there, so I'm just gonna add more black paint. And remember, at the very end, once your piece is nice and dry, you can add changes to it, details, with just once the surface is completely dry. This will be my last feather for this composition. This is a wet finish, and I really like it. I really enjoyed this technique. Well, I hope you liked the technique and found it easy to follow. If you did, please follow my channel. I am also on Instagram at Felix Arwell and on Facebook by the same name, Felix Arwell. This is the dry finish. Check it out. Nice. I like it. I really don't think I need to add any more paint to this. I really like how it turned out. Well, thank you for watching. Ciao, ciao. Subscribe if you want to see more techniques. Ciao.